Hello there, my beautiful people. Welcome to my channel. This is Malebo Oljonzindi. I am a trauma-informed life and relationship coach, and I am here to help you heal wounds, dysfunctions, and traumas that you have experienced in your childhood so that you can create the life that you truly deserve. Most people say, okay, what is the benefit of me having to do this coaching with you? All right, I also help you by healing. I help you cultivate a good relationship with yourself, with others, and money. And a lot of people do have problems with money, or they do attract people into their lives that really are not their oh, they are not good people. What people say about the people that they do attract romantically, and I'm here to help you heal from that, cleanse that energy of you attracting people that are not within, your level, so that you can create or attract the people that will love you, that will honor you, that will know your value and your worth. All right. So today is, I believe, the third episode of Being Pregnant at 36. And if you haven't watched the first and the second, please go back and watch so that you get context of what is happening today. And if you are new to this channel, please click on the subscribe button, my darlings, so that we grow this community together, and share this content. If you feel like somebody needs to hear this, please share my content with your friends and your family, and also ask them to subscribe to my channel. Hello there, my lovely people. Thank you for tuning in. I am inviting you to one of our sessions called Connect and Heal Spa Retreat in Johannesburg. If you are around, or really you can travel to Johannesburg, come and sit with like-minded people who are willing to heal themselves. So I've also added the link in the bio. Please click on the link and make sure that you come and have fun with us. Thank you. Today we are talking about the ugly now, the ugly. So I made it, Down syndrome, we are good. I've made it. Diabetes, I've overcome all these things. Now there's another thing. Um, so I had a session with a lady that has been, coaching me and guiding me in most of the things. Actually, let me just say some of the things that I am doing. As a healer, I believe that we also need healing. So I do have other people that are helping me in that aspect of my life. Plus, also, it doesn't mean that if I heal people, I do not have problems. So there are other people who are actually helping me heal, helping me address issues and my own trauma so that I don't bleed on my clients, right? I am for personal development. I think most of my money finishes due to personal development, all right? But I love it because personal development is something that no one can take away from you, right? Okay, good. So I'm having a session with this lady, and voila, what I'm going to tell you was not part of the session. I didn't go there because I was pregnant and I wanted her to help me in anything, right? It was a different session altogether. And this lady says to me that, she said a lot of things actually on that day, but one of the things that really hurt me the most was when she said, I'm going to give birth to a stillborn child. So I'm going to give birth to I'm going to push a child that is not alive. That's simple terms. And I remember in that session, I cried. I cried a lot because I was like, God, what is this? Why am I having all of these things? It's the Down syndrome, is the diabetes, now is this thing. Why are you giving me all this load? For the very first time in my life, I felt like I was at my weakest. There was a point in my life when I felt, during the pregnancy, that I was at my weakest, and I cried in the session. And, the lady was like, yeah, this is what I am seeing. Please, I'm reminding you again, the session it had nothing to do with me being pregnant. It had nothing. This is the person that I trusted. This is the person that I have been to. It's not like a new person. And, now having to say that to a person who's pregnant, if, let me just say, if I do see something like that on any other person or my clients, I wouldn't tell them that they're going to give birth to a child who's not alive. I would rather ask God, why are you showing me this? Is there something that can be done? All that. But I wouldn't say that to a person, or I would rather say to that person, please pray. There is something that I'm seeing with the child. Please pray for protection. Please ask for God to communicate with you. Whatever, I will just do that. But she just gave me that news, and my heart broke for that day. I think I was numb. And, I tried as well being vulnerable, because I was at my weakest. I needed the people around me to be there for me, because I'm always there for people. But let me tell you, I had the people that I thought would be there for me were dismissing me. Like when I'm talking about something, they dismiss me. It's like, I'm talking about Down syndrome, and they're talking about something else. No, perhaps you need to check yourself, and the fear that you have over your child and all that. And one thing that I forgot to even mention is that the first 3 months of pregnancy, I didn't enjoy it because I had a lot of, nausea and all that. Plus, also that I have lost a child through miscarriage, as I've already mentioned in all of my videos. And I didn't know, I had no idea what caused that miscarriage, right? At least if the doctor could have told me that it was caused by eating whatever, then I would stop eating that thing, because I was pregnant. So the first 3 months of my pregnancy, I did not tell anyone. I told, obviously, my husband knew that we were pregnant, and I told my mom. And I think I told Millicent. Millicent is a lady who actually, I was following her content. She was pregnant. I was following her content. And we later spoke about me having to go to her doctor, because she saw my video that I did on Mother's Day the year before in 2024 years. So she was like, perhaps you can go to my doctor. So I was like, hey, Wena, I have been following your content, and voila, there I am. I'm pregnant and all that. She was so happy for me. Like me and her, we know each other from social media. We have never met, but I felt the need, or chisejo, to tell her, because really I think I attracted that pregnancy from following her journey. And genuinely I was so happy for her, right? So the first 3 months I didn't tell anyone because I was battling, every time I go to the toilet, I'm just seeing that picture of myself. When I was wiping myself and there was blood, and I was thinking maybe there would be blood. And when I felt wet, I would be like, and maybe I was at the mall, I would feel like, let me rush home so that I can check, is it blood? And, that is trauma. That's how trauma is. It has triggers. And yes, I had been healing myself. I went through sessions, and, still going through sessions. But when now the time that I conceived, the mind was all over the place. And again, we have to understand that the mind remembers, right? So most of the time when I talk to people around me, I felt dismissed, and I was like, you know what? Let me just keep quiet. So I had a battle the first 3 months of pregnancy because of that. And then after 3 months, then I told everyone. And then now during the time when I told everyone, or not everyone, but people who were close to me, and when I go back to them to saying this is my problem, I felt like people couldn't handle. Maybe let me just put it in this way. When you are always there for people, it's maybe one or two that will be there for you, right? I felt people that were close to me, they dismissed me or dismissed the feelings that I had. And the feelings that I had were valid, but of course, they were not facts. So I took a phone after, having a session with this lady crying over the session. I took a phone and I called a friend of mine, my best friend, and I told her, and she said she is one of the people that were there for me actually, and she said to me, there's nothing that I can do for you. I don't have money. I don't even know pregnancy because I've never been pregnant before. Um, and I don't know what is going on, but all I can say is that let us pray. Let us pray. And we set a date. We went to the mountains to go and pray, to saying, God, hi, man, hi, 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 hi. It's too much. And that's when again I realized that the attacks, spiritual attacks don't come in the horns, like I said in the previous video. It's not like the devil comes in horns, but it's more like the beings of the dark were after my happiness because I was happy that I was pregnant, but I couldn't even enjoy the pregnancy because there was just one thing after the other, one thing after the other. And we went there, we went to pray, and I literally threw that baggage of that I had inside that bag, the Down syndrome, the diabetes, the stillborn, everything that even in the future can come and, show up or whatever. I just decided I'm going to put it inside this bag. This is a spiritual bag. Put it inside the bag and left it there by the mountains and came back home and I said, I'm going to enjoy my pregnancy. So by that time, I was about 6 months pregnant. And I decided, okay, I even told my husband that, you know what, we have been facing a lot of things, and as Tabo and Selena were saying that we are under an attack, and I feel like I'm under an attack. I don't know why, but I'm going to enjoy my pregnancy. The last 3 months of my pregnancy, I'm going to enjoy it to the fullest. And that is why I started cooking, and I said, what is it that this pregnancy wants to do with me? You know, um, I know about the problems. It's fine. We have left that back already. But what is it that it's calling me to do? And I remember I started cooking for my family. I started cooking for my husband. Usually, what we used to do at home before is that when we cook supper, then that would be the food that they take to school and to work. I'm working from home, so I would eat anything that is in the house. But when I asked that question, sometimes guys, you need to ask questions, and it's not like you're asking a friend or a mother or whoever, but you're just asking God, or your creator, whoever you believe in. Some people would say I would be asking the universe, whatever, right? So putting that question out there, I started seeing content of people doing lunch boxes. And I was like, but let me do lunch boxes. I don't have anything to do. Let me just find something that would actually make me happy as it makes my family happy. And voila, I started doing the lunch boxes. I would wake up at 5, pregnant, heavily pregnant. I was like 7 months pregnant, 8 months pregnant, 9 months pregnant, wake up at 5 and do this lunch box. For people who were following that content on Facebook, I used to say, this is lunch for the boys, and my husband was so happy, especially for me, because I'm not a person who likes cooking. If you know me personally, you know that I don't like cooking. But that is the past, and I don't like food, and I still think that I don't like food, but however, I just developed this love of serving, and it came with higher, and when God said he is coming to restore your home, he's coming to rebuild it, he was coming to rebuild me, to let go of other things that no longer serve me, I still don't prefer cooking. If I'm alone, I wouldn't cook, but I love, now I am a nurturer now. This part of me that came out was a nurturer, a server. I am serving with my heart opened. I'm not serving because, I have to, it's an obligation or anything. But I have a helper. My helper can cook, but I still say I want to serve my husband. I want to serve my children. And well, for now, I'm still on maternity leave, and I would, guide my helper on how to do it until I'm back on my feet, because I'm still trying to find the sleeping patterns for Kaya. He's a very light sleeper like me, and sometimes we sleep in the morning, so my helper can take that for now until I am back in my feet, right? So this journey has taught me that when something good is about to happen in your life, it's not always, but when something good is about to happen in your life, there are beings of darkness that wants to distract you from, the gift that God is giving you. We were given a beautiful child. Kaya is a very beautiful child. Like when we went for his birth. I don't know how to put it. That is why I'm looking for words because I was not on labor pains or anything. I had Kaya via C-section. So when we went there, I was praying. Oh, yes, I remember after that incident of stillborn, God instructed me to wake up every morning before eating anything to pray for my water, to have water. And I stopped drinking tap water. I would buy, well, I had a lady who was selling such a lovely water. And then, she didn't have transport and all that, but I will take that water because, well, in my mind, I'm thinking this water is cleansed, and I would pray for that water. So for about 3 months, I had been praying in the morning for water, and I would be drinking it before eating any other food. I will be drinking that water. And as I'm praying, I will be praying for the doctor that is going to, the surgeon, the one who puts the, what is this painful thing? Epidural. Yeah, I forgot the name they call the doctor. You can, comment there. Um, I prayed for every nurse, for everyone in who's going to be helping me, who's going to be assisting me, anything, Born. I was praying for 3 months. I was praying for this, and guess what? When we went to give birth, oh wow. I hadn't met the pediatrician. I hadn't met that doctor, the aesthetic, what, yeah, but that doctor. But when they came, they were so professional. I think the one for the epidural came first. Hi, I am Dr. Malapane. I am coming. I'm a team of Dr. Inzuna. We are coming to do this and that. Wow, the nurses that were at Medforum, guys. I don't know if you want to give birth, maybe try Medforum, right? Um, you know, uh, the nurses were so friendly. Everyone, starting from the people in the theater to the nurses that are going to dress me and all that. Like, guys, I just was surprised, and I asked one of them to say, guys, you love your work. And she said, I've tried accounting, I've tried everything, but it didn't work for me. This is what I love, because people were serving me there. And also because I also listened to God. I took an instruction of praying for the water. I also took an instruction for praying for the people that are going to assist me. And believe you me, my first C-section, it was so painful. Like the whole experience, I had a bit of trauma out after that. I think I did um, a video of on YouTube, a video of myself, how the trauma that came with me having to give birth, because I wanted to give birth naturally, and I was rushed into C-section 18 hours or 20 hours later, and all of those type of things, right? This time around, I had the physiotherapist, and she was just a friend. I just forgot her name. I would mention it here, but I just forgot her name. But the physiotherapist in the morning woke me up and said, "Girl, we have to now do simple moves for you." And she showed me how I recovered so early as opposed to the first six C-section. I recovered so early. Even when I left there, I said, "I'll see you guys after 2 years," because I was so convinced that I'm going to have another child. But now I'm fine. So what has my journey taught me? My journey has taught me that before something good happens in your life, something bad happens, and that is a distraction, a distraction, right? It's beings of darkness that have been, maybe benefiting from you being on a certain level, that, they feel like, if you go to this level, how are we going to benefit from you, right? This is just my explanation. Um, there will come things that are going to be on your way, trying to make you, give up, because, I felt like giving up. I felt like, and then what is this? And God said, "No, you are going to stand, you are going to pray for the water. As you pray for the water, you're going to speak to your child, you're going to speak life. This water will speak life into your child. And when you drink it, you will drink that water. Any part of him that is not healed would be healed. Any part of yourself that is not healed will be healed. Any part of you, or part of any other person who's coming to distract you from what I am giving you, Bona, you are drinking this water for that. And that is what I've learned. And I've also learned that as you elevate, being a mother of two is an elevation. And as you elevate, there are other people who are not going to, you are not going to align with certain people. Like, there are certain people that I feel like, you know, and not because they did not walk with me through this journey, but I felt like they couldn't walk with me where I am going, because um, they are not there yet. You can only walk with people who are there, who are going there, or who have been there. Now, some people within my circle were not there, are not there yet, and I'm giving them grace for that. But as you elevate, there are certain people who are not going to come with you through that journey. And now God will also show you uh, certain things about these people. I started seeing things. I thought maybe I was pregnant, and I was like, okay, maybe let me wait until pregnancy and see. But I saw people's true colors, during my pregnancy. I remember I did a video where I said, um, there are people who, like, if you had a pregnant person, they will never forget. There are two people, to be precise, not my husband. I know now you're starting to think, but it's not my husband, but two people who were very close to me, who had me, during my pregnancy, and they knew that I was pregnant, but they were used by, when the devil cannot get through you, you will try to get the people around you to get through you, right? And they hurt me so much, but I decided to let go. I decided to forgive them. I remember with this lady who was telling me that I was going to get a child who is not alive. One day I was looking at her picture and I said, "You know what, God, I want to release this lady. I don't know why. What did she see that I couldn't see and all that? But I want to release anything in me that is holding her captive in my spirit." And yeah, so the journey also taught me that forgiveness through the journey, as you forgive, you are able to elevate to new dimensions in your life. And for people out there who are pregnant, apparently the medical industry says from the ages of 35. And please, I'm not doing this so that you can be full of fear that this is going to happen to you. We gave birth to a healthy child, a very beautiful child. Nothing like that ever happened. And I'm not saying that if your child maybe have Down syndrome or whatever type of things that you may encounter in there was no God. Perhaps your journey is to understanding why that, because I feel like everything that happens in our lives is teaching us something, right? Um, and for people who are looking to have children and you are hoping to that you get a child and you are 40, you are 38, you are 45, whatever age, I am not, this video is not, or this series is not to stop you from dreaming to have a child or hoping and believing that you will have a child. Just pray, and I believe that at the right time God will give you a child, just like He gave us this child. It's just that there were turbulences, there were a lot of things that I had to go through, and as a motivational speaker, I actually had to motivate myself most of the time, but it was all for the good. All things, good or bad, right or wrong, happen in divine order and for our greatest good. So I want you to also live with this hope that you will have that one thing. I don't know, maybe it's not a child, but some people have told you that when you are above the age of 35, you can't get married. Above the age of whatever, you can't do this. Please remember, um, we people can talk, and again, this is another thing that I've learned. The outside noises do not matter as your internal voices, right? So the people that are talking about things outside, they are not your creator. They don't know your mandate here on earth. So every time you must have that relationship. As I was talking, that I have that relationship with God as it's more like I'm talking to God as a friend would speak to a friend. I would love for you to develop that relationship so that you can know where to go, how to go about it, and become a success, become the person that you always wanted to become. To be truly honest, I am at a point in my life where I'm content. I am happy with where I am. I found a lot of joy. It's not like I didn't have, but having this child gave me a lot of joy. I'm now a nurturing person. I had been, especially through my coaching practice, but after that, I will be like, okay, yeah, I'm out, bye. But now, this is my intention in life. My intention is to be a servant. Um, my intention in life is to be a nurturer. And I would love for people who experience me to experience these two parts of myself. I know there are other parts, the confident part, the healer part, the healer aspect and all that. But also I want these two experiences to be a part of me wherever I go, whether I'm in my coaching practice, whether I'm at work, whether I'm with friends. I always want to show up this part of myself because this is what Kaya has triggered in me. And thank you for watching. Please remember, guys, if you are new to this channel, click on the link to subscribe. Let's grow this together.